What a beautiful plane.
Starting our air show off with beautiful precision landings right in front of you, you're going to get a chance to see all 10 members of the Red Devils as they put on their fast parachute demonstration later on in the air show today. Precision parachuting by the Red Devils. Thank you for getting our air show off to its official start. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Larry Rudd, and it's continuing with your going to see Mike Julian, who we told you about before, local boy and U.S. aerobatic champion. Flying for you. You're going to see the United States Navy Blue Angel. Another version of the Rhode Island National Guard Air Show.
It was that method his name is V-E-N-D-I. I always think it's Diddy. It's not D-E-T-T-I, it's D-I-T-T-I. I always say that. Look at it. Working on number 1. Francis. Well, they had the 100 out yesterday. They're working on number 1. And Rick Martin was second place, right? And then...
To you by Hospital Trust, a Boston Bank company with 44 convenient branches located throughout Rhode Island. Take a look to your left. The smoke system is on and coming by in his first pass. In a high-speed pass, the Seattle Jet, Spain's first jet airplane. This aircraft became operational back in 1962. As Dave Dulabon rolls the big jet over on its side, performing a victory roll at Show Center. This aircraft designed by Willy Messerschmitt, best known for his role in designing many German fighter aircraft, including the Me-262, the world's first operational jet fighter. The Seattle Jet, also known by the name of Casa Jet, is a 2-seat twin-engine advanced jet trainer and ground attack aircraft. It was built with machine gun ports in the nose and hard points under the wings for rockets. Look at this beautiful pass as Dave Dulabon turns the aircraft quickly around and brings it back in front of us from right to left. With an entry speed of about 250 miles an hour and full power coming on now, he takes it up over the top, up over 3,000, 4,000 feet as he completes a beautiful Barnstormers loop, an inside loop right at Show Center. Tracking the landing gear, take a good look and put your cameras on the from Orlando, Florida, as he comes by in a beautiful photo pass. As we mentioned, Stanley started flying vintage jets way back in 1989, popularly referred to as jet warbirds because they flew in some of the wars which our country fought in pursuit of freedom and democracy. The F-86, well known for its involvement in the Korean War. Sandy is also qualified in several of these jet warbirds, which include the Spanish jet trainer that you just saw, the HA-200, this Lockheed T-33 that he is flying for us here today, and an F-86 Sabre jet. Turning the aircraft around in very, very tight turn. He's coming back from left to right this time. He's going to perform a loop right here at Show Center. Approaching at a speed of about 470 miles per hour. Let's watch as Sandy Roselle performs the inside loop. Stick, his weight and the weight of the aircraft increasing 4 times as he pulls 4 positive G's coming out the bottom of the inside loop.
off of that Cuban 8. The figure 8 lying on its side to turn the Blue Angel T-33 around and bring it back in front of us once again. Way up over the top and pulling the nose back down toward show center line once again. The beautiful Blue Angel T-33. Sandy's aeronautical experience includes over 25 years of flying with over 10,000 flight hours. His pilot ratings as an airline transport pilot include fixed wing as well as rotorcraft ratings, plus he's also qualified as a flight instructor. Beautiful reversal now, 60-degree pull-up and a 270-degree reversing turn to quickly bring the Navy Blue Angel T-33 back in front of us once again. Down the show center line, maintaining exact alignment, speed over 450 miles an hour. At show center now, pulling back on the stick, pulling the nose through the vertical as he continues the vertical climb. Now rolling and rolling the aircraft, showing you tremendous climbing performance by the Blue Angel T-33. And from left to right, nose coming up over the horizon as Sandy rolls the beautiful T-33. With the Quonset, take a look at the trailing edge of the wing. You'll see that wing flaps are extended. And now retracting those wing flaps so that he can get a little more power on there and roll the jet in the dirty configuration. In case you didn't have a new battery in your video camera or you didn't have a spare roll of film, we're going to give you another knife edge photo pass so that you'll get a good picture of the Blue Angel T-33. Stop by the Brooks Drug Store's tent. They have some film available for you right here in case you do need some extra film. Brooks, a proud sponsor of the Rhode Island Air Show. Here he comes by, Sandy Roselle and the beautiful Blue Angel T-33. Larry. Thank you, Dan. And we're getting some water up here. They're going to bring some water up here for me. And I know that somewhere in the one of our concessionaires right here probably has some bottled water. And I hope that we do. And I hope that one of you will bring a bottle of that up there, because, folks, I want to remind you all, make sure you stay very well hydrated today. With this hot sun, you got to dry out fast, and especially lots of water and lots of fluids and lots of liquids for the kids especially. So make sure you stay well hydrated. Get lots of sun protection onto your skin. Sunburn automobiles down there. There is an Aurora down there. But make sure you go over and talk to Al Cerrone and say, Al, show me the Intrigue. The Intrigue, the newest automobile introduced by Oldsmobile. I'm driving one. It is an incredible machine. 3,800 cc V6. It's fast. It's beautiful. It looks like the Aurora. It's $24,000. It is a beautiful automobile. Thank you, Dan. Now we're watching as Les Shockley has the Shockwave on the runway. Here he goes, full power coming on. Here goes the Shell Shockwave jet truck. Oh, shutting it down. We're checking the speed. 314 miles an hour. Out of Columbia, South Carolina, at the former McIntyre Air National Guard base. And look at this steep climb as they enter at 170 knots and pull the helicopter up, speed slowing down very, very quickly as they make a left cyclic climb. They're going to exit to the right, and they'll be coming by in a high-speed pass over the runway. Once again, accelerate 60, 170 knots. So we multiply by 15%, and we get a speed of over 190 miles an hour. The AH-64 attack helicopter has a speed of about 197 knots, over 210 miles an hour. They're only having a cruising speed of about 140 knots. Now as they come by for their next pass, from left to right. Coming by in a high G maneuver, and then a low G maneuver, pushing over and unloading the rotor system. That only a helicopter can perform for you. It'll also give us a good chance to take a look at some of the armament on the AH-64 Apache. It has a 30mm cannon, capable of firing over 650 rounds per minute. We're watching the aircraft maintain altitude and yet move laterally. Flying to the left. Lateral acceleration in the AH-64. Followed by two pilots in tandem style like a jet fighter. Could do under these types of conditions, and I'll modify that in a second, flying the aircraft backwards. Why do I say only a helicopter?
It's cool residency. Great. Awful.
This is a carrier plane. Actually, those are going 20. Wait, no, you're 20 and 30. Boy, 2,000-pound payload.
Up there.
And to your right, the F-15 Eagles of the 102nd Fighter Wing, Massachusetts Air National Guard, a flight of 2. Let's watch and see as they continue on around. They'll be making right-hand turns and bring the aircraft back a little closer to us as they come by. The area of responsibility of the 102nd Fighter Wing includes over 500,000 square miles, protecting 90 million people and the major industrial centers of Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Detroit, and all national command centers in Washington, D.C. Okay, here comes our first aircraft, setting up a low approach as if he were simulating a landing. Simulating a landing, gear and flaps extended, but we'll watch those retracted just above the runway as they accelerate.
Straight up.
The Air National Guard, the best part-time job in the USA.
That's if you're flying.
That's right.
Air sovereignty is an enduring mission, independent of the device. That what we call the eyelids, the end of the tailpipes, are actually closed down and smaller than they are when he lights the afterburners. That as he lit the afterburners, once again that constricted tailpipe opened up. Those eyelids opened full. Because he comes by and when the afterburners are not lit, as a way of not only maintaining the amount of thrust that comes through that restriction, but also maintaining the temperatures in the tailpipe itself. Of course, when the afterburner lights up, it gets real hot, real fast. The augmentation providing about 60% increase. Accelerating now over 450 miles an hour. Pulling up sharply and maintaining the traffic pattern, this racetrack pattern around the airport. formation that they would climb. Also, it's a very good tactical formation in an air-to-air conflict. Here they come, the F-15 Eagles of the 102nd Fighter Wing. Let's watch as they start their steep two-ship climb.
I saw it there.
Twisting and dancing in the skies, kind of cutting up already. These Cool Cut showcopters, sponsored by Cool Cut, available at Stop and Shop. And let's see if
I know what I'm thinking. Oh, yeah.
Let's see if I can talk to Jim Cheatham on the radio. Jim, can you read me?
It may have appeared that the entire squadron looked as one aircraft, which in fact it is. I want you to know that Captain Ulrich is up there flying without a net. Annette wasn't able to get a ride in the airplane today. She had to stay home and babysit the kid. So Captain Ulrich's up there flying solo. And today's performance will be made even more difficult because he is blindfolded. Now, as you watch these maneuvers, you may think that they are precision aerobatic maneuvers. Don't be fooled. They're nothing more than cheap air show stunts. This will be a smoking flight, and please make sure that your seat backs and tray tables are in the full and upright position. Captain Ulrich is a veteran pilot with over 5 flights under his belt. He does not know the meaning of fear. As a matter of fact, he speaks no English at all. Some of these maneuvers, well, if you can imagine about 5 of your friends standing on top of your shoulders, that's the kind of force that Jim is experiencing as he tumbles that airplane in the Lumshavak, the airplane spinning and cartwheeling wildly in a procession of gyroscopic maneuvers. We're just going to watch him perform a beautiful ballet in the blue for a few minutes as he sets up for the double inverted limbo ribbon cut. Limbo on the ribbon. The lower ribbon is what he's aiming for. The red one with the yellow centers. He comes at air show center over 180 miles an hour. The double inverted limbo ribbon cut. He's got the first of the two. Right, he'll pull that nose up and perform a reverse half two. Oh, he liked that. He's doing a little snap roll there for us. Half to the inverted. 180, 360, another 180 degrees upside down. The wheels are up on the Yak 55. He's approaching the ribbon. He's a little high. He dives for the runway. He snags it perfectly, ladies and gentlemen. Jim Parker in the Yak 55 with the double inverted limbo ribbon cut. Jim's flying for our sponsor, the Oric Corporation, manufacturer of America's finest 8-pound hotel vac you can have in your own home. We've got our local folks representing the Oric Corporation, Patrick and Maria Burke. The local Oric store is over at 111 Phillips in Warwick.
Quiet.
Pass. 300 knots, 300 feet. Captain Stuber is executing the Whisper Pass as we come by. How quiet can this plane be? Is that quiet or what? FedEx is a longtime supporter of our nation's aircraft noise policy. In fact, FedEx was one of the first companies to commit to achieving the quietest regulatory standard with an all-stage 3 aircraft fleet by the year 2000. In Southern California, that is unsafe to land. Ladies and gentlemen, the FedEx Boeing 727. Captain Flack's call for the gear and flaps being retracted while turning out on their missed approach. The aircraft's accelerating and departing to set up for its next pass. To be a part of the 1997 Rhode Island Air National Guard Air Show, and we hope you have enjoyed the flight demonstration of one of FedEx's.
As you watch this incredible display, focus your attention on the razor-like precision and the incredible aggressiveness that has become so synonymous with the name Gullion.
Roger, Mike, 15 seconds.
So now, fasten your seatbelts. And hold on tight, because the Mike Gullion Air Show's team is about to turn your world upside down. Diving down high and from the right, opposing rolls on a 45-degree down line as he builds up speed approaching 250 miles an hour. Watch as he climbs vertically right at show center in the Tower of Power. Snap rolling that aircraft up, tumbling off the top and holding it in knife edge spin as he spins on down, holding it on its side. Extra 300S as he turns the aircraft around to the left side of the demonstration zone. Tumbling the aircraft in the Avidyne tumble. Performing the half loop and tumbling off the top of the half loop. While he performs a 2-point roll on the 25-degree down line. Tremendous vertical performance. Watch as he rolls the aircraft, getting a full 1.5 vertical roll. Pulling the nose down through and completing 3/4 of a loop as he dives down to the 45-degree line in continuous snap rolls. Pulling into a maneuver now that Mike calls the umbrella. Watch as he starts the vertical climb. And snap rolling, kicking that aircraft around as it tumbles off the top and yet caps off beautifully in the umbrella. Capabilities of the extra 300. First he rolls 3/4 rolls to the left, then numerous rolls back to the right, stopping at various points, showing you the crisp capabilities and rolling capabilities that make the extra 300S a world-class aerobatic aircraft. 2 points and a 4-point hesitation roll. Now a roll to the inverted as he completes 2 points and a 4-point again, coming back from the inverted back to upright. Okay, let's go live to the cockpit and let's talk to Mike Gullion.
Good afternoon.
Because you're going to see a drag race that'll reach speeds over 300 miles an hour. Let's take a look at Les Shockley as he comes by. of knots of airspeed as he rolls and rolls and rolls the aircraft. Now, Les Shockley getting set up for a drag race like you have never seen before.
Watch now.
This will top out at speeds over 300 miles an hour. Here comes Mike. He's coming up right behind him. Full power coming on. The race is on. The Shockwave, what do you think? I think the support of the 50th anniversary Air Force Memorial that'll be built in Washington, D.C. at no cost to the taxpayer. All construction funds will be raised by the Air Force Memorial Foundation. And the Air Force Memorial Foundation is here with us today. Okay, Larry, I'd just like to remind everybody that the air show you're seeing today is sponsored by NBC 10. Search 10, Southern New England's leading news channel. Also sponsored by TV 28. Starting Monday, June the 30th, you can watch Southern New England's newest Warner Brothers affiliate on Fox Cable. Good jump. We also have more flying for you coming up. We have an incredible array of demonstrators who may be the lucky winner to go for a ride with the Northern Lights after the air show today. Let's watch as all four 4,500 horsepower Allison turboprop engines propel the C-130 down the runway. The Whisper jet heading off up to altitude.
Now, Larry, I was talking earlier about constants in the air show. We would really like to thank the Hospital Trust, a Bank Boston company. Not only are they sponsors of this air show and every air show here as far back as I can remember, they're also sponsors for Coats for Kids, the Rhode Island Coastal Cleanup, and the Ocean State Senior Olympics. Hospital Trust, truly a community bank. Well, child, and you seem to have lost mom and dad. A 10-cent cup of coffee.
That's a deal that I can't pass up. Hey, Larry, 94 HJY is the Great Woods concert leader with tickets to the best 90s rock and roll, best classic rock shows this summer. Listen to 94 HJY to win tickets to The Who, Lollapalooza, Jimmy Buffett, Counting Crows, The Wallflowers, and the local boys Aerosmith.
And a great big thank you to HJY, one of the loyal sponsors of the show. The C-130 came directly overhead, right over the target area, and deployed some wind drift indicators. Changed by some 30 degrees or more as you get above the surface. And the velocity of the wind, the strength of the wind, is actually going to be probably stronger as you get high. 400 knots. That's about 450 miles an hour. This time, watch at Show Center as he rolls the CT-114 into a tight 360-degree level turn. Making very tiny corrections with the rudder as he carefully maintains altitude, pulling about 5 times his own weight of the wind of the aircraft as he comes by in a high G, 360-degree turn. Captain Hebert, enrolled in June 1984, received a bachelor's degree from the St. John Royal Military College. In July 1991, Captain Hebert successfully completed pilot training and went to Cold Lake, Alberta to undertake the fighter pilot basic course. Upon completion, he was posted to the 433 Tactical Fighter Squadron in Bagotville. Watch as he comes by now, rolling the aircraft into knife-edge flight. Put your cameras on and get a picture of Captain Stefan Hebert in the CT-114. Free fall down toward the Earth at over 125 miles an hour. Controlling their positions in space as they free fall down. You'll watch as they maneuver toward each other, forming up in formations, tracking away from each other as they free fall down. Well, Sergeant Dennis Hayes from London, England. He's the team sergeant, and this is his second tour on the team. He's a parachute instructor and also has a tandem master with over 3,000 parachute descents. He served with the 1st Battalion Parachute Regiment and the Pathfinder Falcon. On takeoff roll, watch as he performs a maximum performance climb to 7,000 feet. Miles an hour. Watch carefully as he pulls back on the stick and starts his vertical climb to 7,000 feet. He's in the middle of it right now. It's called Where Is He? We can't even hear him anymore since he blasted off on up to 7,000 feet or more. Sneaked up behind us. So this is the Vermont Air National Guard F-16C with its powerful Pratt & Whitney F-100 220 engine. The F-16 Fighting Falcon. Is capable of speeds more than twice the speed of sound. And so I asked him how long it would take him to fly, let's say, from Providence to Newport, and it would be about 20 seconds. Has paid off. It looks like he's on a perfect SFO, a perfect single engine, simulated flame-out pattern. He's in a perfect position to touch down on the runway. Of course, the engine is still running, so there comes full power on. He's going to be retracting the gear. Hold your ears. Here he goes. Now you notice as he came by, once again we're talking about the tailpipe of the aircraft. You notice that it had a kind of a pinched in, streamlined look to it? That's because he wasn't using afterburner. The eyelids were closed down into that 100% comes along. How does a wing create lift? Well, actually, it's the wind going over the top of the curvature, the slight curvature of the wing, that causes that. It creates a low pressure area at the top of the wing, and that's what kind of pulls that wing up, and that creates lift. And as you rotate that wing up and create more of an apparent curvature to the relative wind, it creates more lift. What happens when you get it up too high? All the lift stops. The wing stalls. So he has to be very, very careful as he slows the aircraft down to maintain full controllability and just enough lift to keep it in this high angle of attack position. Gear and flaps down, coming by at about 145 knots. About 165 miles an hour as he comes by. If you were watching the afterburner light up and came by, that's because that afterburner actually has about 5 stages to it, and as he pushes the throttle forward, it goes through each successive stage. He's going to be at 0.9 Mach, about 600 miles an hour, which is less than half the top speed of the F-16. 0.9 Mach, 600 miles an hour. Set up for a high G 360-degree turn right here at center stage. Now right now, as he's sitting there in the airplane, Tom weighs about 200 pounds. Well, he's going to come in and he's going to put 9 G's on this airplane, 9 times the weight of gravity. Lieutenant Colonel Tom McLaughlin is going to weigh 1,800 pounds. And his spine is going to say, I'm so glad you're in an F-16, because he's actually sitting there at about a 30-degree angle, like in an easy chair, as he comes in to set up for his 9G, 360-degree turn. I don't think so. High G turn at this time. Picking up show center, picking up the show line. This looks like a more reasonable speed. There's the steep turn. Now you notice a little bit of vapor coming up over the wing. Oh, that feels good. Airspeed bleeds off in that very, very high drag configuration. He needs full afterburner to maintain that tight turn. As he sets up for his overhead landing pattern, I called your attention to the wisps of white vapor you saw coming off the leading edges of the wing in by the fuselage as he was pulling that 9.
Moving up speed at the 100 miles per hour backwards. How about a big round of applause to Mr. Sean D. Tucker, the 1-800 Collect Challenge. We call that one the Son of Edwin, named after his good friend and fellow aircraft performer, Wayne Edwin Hamlin. Starting at our home base in Salinas, California, 1-800 Collect was bringing this power aerobatic team 20 air shows, performing for over 10 million people in this 1997 show season. My dad lays it out into inverted and then back down to the 45 to do some snap rolls. Let's see how many he can get. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 snap rolls on the 45-degree down line. Head positive and 7.5 negative times the force of gravity. At some point, that means that the force of 1,850 pounds will be exerted on my dad as he performs some of these tight turnaround maneuvers. That was the spiraling tower. This section is rounding out at the top. Right at the top, we'll perform the launch of Alcana. That's why he calls it the Louie Loo. The inside-outside loop with the launch of Alcana at the top. 1-800 Collect has supported the Power Aerobatic team for the last 4 years and enabled us to share the magic of Sean's aerobatics with over 30 million people nationwide. As he comes out of the Tucker Upper, that's a maneuver he named after and invented himself, the Tucker Upper.
Pennsylvania, where I hail from. As they're taking off toward each other, 5 aircraft, 1 facing 4, watch the northern lights. Passing right at show center, just a few feet apart and climbing vertically. Is in their diamond formation for takeoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we call the approach takeoff by the Northern Lights. Look to your left, ladies and gentlemen, the Northern Lights aerobatic team. This year marks the Northern Lights' 3rd season. They've added a 5th airplane, and with it, formation and solo flying that is more dynamic and much more exciting than ever before. Andre Lorte will now bring the team back to show center for the thrilling simultaneous roll. Let's listen to team lead in the cockpit as he calls for the split. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? The great success of this team is attributed in part to the background of the team pilots. Three on the right fly directly at each other and roll to miss by only a boot beat. Eric number 5 pulls up to execute the first of many spectacular maneuvers. Look as Eric shows the incredible power and precision of the Extra 300 during the torque roll. To perform the opposing cone loop. They will appear to pass through each other 3 times. Look up high to your right and left as Dave number 4 and Andre pass head on and immediately pull up to execute the dazzling double knife edge spin. Setting up for the Crazy Diamond. Watch the team change formation to a pentagon in preparation for the final split.
Protect the unarmed Hercules. It appears the C-130 requesting engaged by hostile fire. As the C-130s escape the fire from their escort Cobras. and then friendly artillery batteries. Position is Brody 03 and 04, call for help.
86. We got T-72s, BMPs in the open.
First field artillery. In a combat environment, a unit such as this one could be located as far back as 15 miles behind friendly troops or airlifted behind enemy lines to fire deep into the enemy's rear battle area. The M198 howitzer fires a 155 millimeter round to a maximum range of 18.5 miles. The cannons behind you could easily hit targets in Providence, Newport, and Coral River. On the drop zone are the AH-1F Cobra attack helicopters of the 5th Squadron, 117th Air Cavalry. These aircraft are preparing to augment the artillery by firing their 2.75-inch folding fin aerial rocket. Two additional Cobras are currently at maximum stand-up range for a tow missile shot if needed. A diving Cobra can engage the enemy not only with their rockets, but also with a 20-millimeter cannon capable of firing over 750 rounds per minute. The Cobras are also capable of reaching speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour.
Lead breaking right. Scott 3 rolling on.
With enemy positions under attack, further support is on the way. To the right, power to the landing zone and secure the runway for the main assault force.
He's going to have crew served at 12. Understand, crew served at 12, we're pretty good. Shot 2, we're coming in, we're rocking. Second break.
inbound. 28 inbound. The loadmasters and crew chiefs aboard the C-23 will now direct the offload so as to minimize time on the ground. Timing is critical. The hold on the runway is tenuous and the main assault force is inbound. Takeoff, your discretion. Trip is taken off. Now look to your right and you'll see the massive Tor engine C-130 Hercules inbound with its 25-member assault force and combat Humvee. And the crew of Brody 03 have just demonstrated the tactical assault landing ability of the C-130. It is this capability which allows members of the 143rd Airlift Squadron to participate in military operations in Iraq, Somalia, and most recently on battle-damaged runways in Bosnia. The loadmasters aboard Brody 03 will now direct the activity as they rapidly deplane the assault team and their vehicle in minimum time. The assault force, consisting of members of absolute 5th Squadron, 117th Cavalry, will quickly assemble and then attack the enemy force that is holding the airfield. Once completed, the assault team will secure the field and await reinforcement of further NATO forces. While the offload is in progress, the crew of Brody 03 will reconfigure the aircraft in preparation for a maximum effort takeoff. Along the 155,000-pound airplane, it will become airborne in less than 2,000 feet. Our forces on the ground are going to require additional supplies. One way of accomplishing this is by parachuting containerized supplies to a method known as a containerized delivery system, or CDS. This is very similar to the method the United States and our NATO allies have been using to supply the citizens of the former Yugoslavia. Members of the 143rd Airlift Squadron have flown numerous resupply missions into Bosnia, Somalia, and Iraq. On the drop zone in front of you, the combat control team completes its final wind check and clears the C-130 for the airdrop delivery. Now watch the precision timing required as Brody 03 takes off to the left. As Brody 04, the airdrop aircraft is inbound from the right. Now look to your right and you'll see the venerable C-130 preparing to perform an airdrop for the soldiers on the ground. This method of delivery quickly, accurately, and safely supplies personnel in the battle area and minimizes the danger to the aircraft and crew. On board Brody 04, Captain Dan Geary, the navigator, is giving the pilot Major Rex Brewer final heading correction to meet time and target requirements. 1, 2, 3, 4 successful bundles delivered on time and on target. With the battle area secure, the next objective is the tactical recovery of all participating aircraft. As Brody 03 and 04 rejoin as a formation, the helicopter force for today's demonstration will perform a very tight formation flyby. I'd like to take the opportunity to present the members of the Rhode Island Army National Guard's 1st Battalion, 126th Aviation Light Utility Helicopter, flying the UH-1, presenting the crews of Lift 1, Lift Mission Commander CW2 Don Hartley, CW2 John Cody, Sergeant Chris Benson. On Lift 2, CW2 Papa Duffy, W01 Mark Dubois, Sergeant Brad Fish. On Lift 3, CW2 Mark Hernandez, Captain Paul Peltier, Sergeant Gene Narciso. And on Lift 4, CW3 Mike Moran, CW4 John Lipsky, Sergeant Eric Jakes. And now the members of the Rhode Island Army National Guard 5th Squadron, 117th Air Cavalry, flying the AH-1F, presenting the crews of Gunshot 1, CW2 Gary Carter, Gun Mission Commander, First Lieutenant Andrew Chevalier, Gunshot 2, CW2 Steve Sherman, First Lieutenant Brian Hennessy, Gunshot 3, CW3 Frank Julio, CW2 Up Attitude.
2006, the Blue Angels have had the unique privilege of demonstrating to the American public the precision technique manner in which the 6 demonstration pilots approach their aircraft and are saluted by their crew chiefs. Ladies and gentlemen, Flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader of the Blue Angels, from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, Commander George Dawes. Flying Blue Angel number 2, the right wingman and our Marine Corps representative, from Springfield, Virginia, Major Pat Cook. Flying Blue Angel number 3, the left wingman from Virginia Beach, Virginia, Lieutenant Mark Dunleavy. Flying Blue Angel number 4, the slot pilot from North Wales, Pennsylvania, Lieutenant Commander Scott Meyer. Flying Blue Angel number 5, the lead solo from Beltsville, Maryland, Lieutenant Ryan Scholl. Flying Blue Angel number 6, the opposing solo from Alexandria, Virginia, Lieutenant Scott Baird.
I would love to do that. Oh, we'll still have it on the thing anyway. Not sure I forgot about that. Five distance too.
However, please note that each aircraft is carefully inspected by Blue Angel maintenance personnel prior to this afternoon's aerial demonstration. The Blue Angels fly the McDonnell Douglas FA-18 Hornet, a multi-mission strike fighter, versions of which have been operational throughout the fleet since 1983.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Studio Representative, we normally fly at each show site. Blue Angel number 8, Lieutenant Kevin McCack from Guilford, New Hampshire, is the Squadron Naval Flight Officer and Events Coordinator. Lieutenant Clark Merritt, our maintenance officer from Pensacola, Florida, is responsible for the men, women, and equipment that keep our aircraft in the air. From Pensacola, Florida, the Blue Angel Flight Surgeon is Lieutenant Brian Buchanan. From Joliet, Illinois, our administrative officer is Lieutenant Commander Virginia Tizak. From St. Petersburg, Florida, our public affairs officer is Lieutenant Commander John Kirby. From Annandale, Virginia, our supply officer is Lieutenant Duke Hines. Our McDonald's as a technical representative, so Mr. Jerlin Hoff from Sumter, South Carolina, Mr. Dick Kuczynski from Wilmington, Delaware, and Mr. Bill Altram from Boise, Idaho. Our financial accounting technician is Ms. Alicia Petruska from the Republic of Panama. The 6 demonstration pilots are approaching the end of the runway to begin their takeoff sequence. Very shortly, Commander Dom will call the 4 Diamond pilots into the fingertip formation. In the fingertip, Blue Angel number 4, the slot pilot, will be positioned outboard of Blue Angel number 2 on the right wing. In this formation, they'll initiate their takeoff roll, transition to the Diamond on liftoff, and commence the Diamond burner loop on takeoff. Of this looping maneuver. And climb to an altitude of 50 feet. He will then roll his aircraft 360 degrees with the landing gear extended. The dirty roll on takeoff. Slow transition as he accelerates his aircraft at 300 miles per hour.
Like rumble.
Oh, let's watch this. approach for a maneuver we call the Fortis. Less than 250 miles per hour, the Diamond Dirty Loop.
Look, look.
And slot pilot are both upside down. From the right, the Blue Angel double Fargo.
I like when they do the smoke. The smoke.
The opposing minimum radius turn. Now, let's watch as both pilots sustain 6 times the pull of gravity required to cross their aircraft over center point.
No GC, no GCs.
That rig's supposed to be doing this. 1, 2, 3. Keeping a tally on how many rigs they bring. 1, 2, 3.
Times a roll rate generated by Commander Dom's aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel left echelon roll.
Way back there. What's that?
Very difficult. 5-plane line abreast loop.
And then on August 3rd, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's number 6?
top, and at altitude of 7,000 feet, the power of these and the aircraft rounded the backside of the swooping maneuver. Exiting the flight line in separate directions. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel vertical brake.
Yeah, right ahead of you. Crossover center point with minimum separation.